Okay, so you've finished your workout. You did your warm-up, you did the body of your session, and now arguably could be the most important part is the cool down. And it's so easy to dash off and not bother with it. But it's so injury preventative. It centers yourself after you've put in an effort in your workout, and it just allows you to complete the process, to find length and a little bit of strength, and then, head home, a job well done. So it's important to remember that when you walk and run, by making that impact with the ground, it actually shortens all your muscles and tendons. So flexibility is very personal, but all of us have shortening in our muscles and tendons when we walk or run. So that's why it's really important to find length again, and length in a way that's right for you. Stretching should never hurt, okay? It's just a lengthening that's your own. Whether you touch the ground when you reach for the ground or whether you only get to your thighs, it's your stretch, okay? So when we cool down, it's called static stretching. So the difference is that we hold the stretches for just a little bit longer. Could be 10 seconds, could be on up to a minute, depending on your time and how you're feeling, okay? Versus, remember the warm-up, we do dynamic movement. We're moving all the time to increase the circulation. Now we're trying to lower your heart rate and just get the blood back evenly to all parts of your body, and just to help you everything relax, okay? So when I finish a session with a group or on my own, walking or running, I love to just begin with this. I'm just going to take you through a few examples of what you might do. And again, just like with the warm-up, you just think of your body parts that need the stretch. And when you walk or run, we use every body part. So we've got to do something for your upper body and something for your lower body and the muscles in your lower body. So I love to start with an overall body stretch. And that means for me, using your breath, big breath in, and always exhaling on the stretch. So in this case, the exhale comes right through all the way down, and we just let gravity do its work here. So we're allowing our hands to reach towards the ground, allow the head to be free down here, and what you feel in this position is you feel a stretch in your shoulders, your back, the backs of your legs, your calves, all the way through. So definitely encourage you to start with that one. Taking that one a step further, cross one leg over the other one. Again, always with the breath. Exhaling on the stretch. So the exhale, you're breathing all that good oxygen and nutrition to your muscles. They've worked hard. They need time to find length again and stretch. Okay? So this just gets another part of your glute area and your hamstrings, which is what you use a lot of when you walk or run. And then we switch sides. I'm not going to hold them for as long as I might regularly. We're just showing you the actual stretches. Okay? So what else can we do? Quite often you do find you want to have we want something for your quadricep muscles. Okay? So that means finding your basic quad stretch. Okay? Which, if you have a tree or a chair or a wall, it's helpful to keep your balance. All right? I might even use my Nordic walking pole right here. I just happen to have one. So you can plant a pole or use a wall, and a basic quad stretch is just to grab your ankle, maybe the tops of your foot. You can even just grab, the inside of your shoe or a pant leg and pull your heel towards your seat. Okay, your standing leg is bent slightly, and you want to press your quadricep back of your standing leg. Okay, and the idea is that you stand nice and tall, and it's all in your quad, and you're holding that stretch. It's not helpful to be all over the place trying to maintain your balance. That's not what this is. Okay, it's about stretching that quad muscle. Okay, for the backs of your legs and your calves, a standard stretch would be to plunk your heel, pull your toe consciously towards your knee, bend the back knee. Again, take a breath, lead with your chin, exhale, reaching towards your toes. You can
Stabilize yourself here, reach towards your toes. And it's a different stretch if you tuck your chin and reach with a rounded back. Okay, but I feel it in the backs of my legs. I feel it in my calves, consciously pulling towards my knee. Now, you know, just this position right here puts your leg on stretch just by virtue of standing there. So as soon as you bend into it and allow gravity again to do its work, stick your butt out a little bit, you've got some nice length happening in your legs, okay? For your IT bands, it's really helpful if you can have a wall, but I'm gonna, let's see, I guess I'll use my pole again. But you cross one leg over the other one again, and you're stabilized with the wall, and just reach, okay? So nice for your IT bands, or the bands that run from your hips to your knee. It's just a piece of fascia there that needs stretching, doesn't get much circulation, so it needs a stretch. And of course you got a beautiful side body stretch that you hold, and it, when you take that breath and exhale, feels so good. What you do to one side, you definitely do to the other, okay? And for your hips and glutes, again, you'll need a wall or a chair or a Nordic walking pole, and crossing one leg over your knee here. That might be enough for, you have to listen to your body. That means pay attention. It's not meant to be painful. And then you can come into sort of reaching towards the ground into kind of a chair position, okay? So this is totally stretching out the hip area and the glute area. And it does feel good after you've been running forward for such a long time. It feels good to find length in this part of your body, okay? And one of the last ones that comes to mind, there's just so many stretches that you can do, okay? These are some basics. If you have a wall, this is my wall, my Nordic walking pole. Okay, so putting your toes up against the wall, pressing your knee now, and looking down too. Feet should be pointed forward. So there you go. And I'm pressing in, and I can bend my knee towards the wall and also back, and pressing my toe against the wall. Great for the ankles and the arches. Helps prevent, all of these things help prevent injuries. Things like IT band syndrome, issues with your knees, plantar fasciitis in your foot. Okay, those are things that can happen if you're not stretching out properly. Okay, one more I will show you. I can use these poles. Again, this could be a wall. Against the wall, arms are straight forward, finding length, so you're pressing against a wall, or use a bench or a chair, what have you. And then walk your legs back, okay, and press into the wall and find that length there. So you're sticking your butt back out, and you've just got a beautiful length for your back. It's a fantastic stretch in your back, and then the backs of your legs as well. Okay, so many stretches. If you've got the luxury of sitting down, the ground's not wet, oh, it's nice to have good weather. There's one I'll show you here. There's many, but legs out in front of you, crossing one leg over, okay, reaching across with the opposite arm. So you're pulling your knee towards your chest with the opposite arm, but then you're going to plant that outer, the same arm as your leg, and then just look in that direction so that you're allowing a lovely torso stretch. Okay, and you would hold it until you feel like you've held it long enough. It always feels, you'll know to do the other side because it always feels awkward if you don't. So again, it promotes good posture and just turning here. Okay, and you know, after a few of those stretches, I right now feel pretty relaxed and stretched out, and you will too. So guaranteed, if as leaders you don't do a cool down with your participants, they won't do it at home, and they'll learn by doing it together with you or on video or however you're sharing. That means they're going to prevent injury and just feel so relaxed and good about themselves after completing the workout.